What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with what to buy on eBay right now. I believe this is episode 24. I don't know why I keep making these, but you guys seem to like them, and a lot of the stuff does sell, so hopefully I found some more good stuff for you to buy. I've got vintage collection, I've got vintage Kenner, I've got CGC graded Star Wars comics, and I've got trading cards. I tried to cover the gamut here, so hopefully you enjoy it. As always, my Patreon supporters get my videos 24 hours early access, and if you're interested in becoming a Patreon, it's patreon.com/actionfiguregrader. Thank you so much to everyone who is a member, including my latest, and that is Saul D. He is my latest Patreon supporter, and he's also a fellow YouTuber. Go check him out on YouTube. The name of his channel is Old Plastic, and Saul is one of the foremost experts in the collecting community on Luke Farm Boys. He's got an incredible Luke Farm Boy collection. He's got an incredible collection, period. But he especially knows everything there is to know about Luke Farm Boys. He has very informative videos, and I've known Saul for a while now, and I just want to say thank you, Saul, for becoming a Patreon supporter. That was much too nice of you, and I appreciate all of the folks that help support the channel. Let's dig in. Okay, we've got this seller, Hero Killa 44. I believe I've bought from this seller before in the past, a long time ago. And he's got a bunch of auctions going for fairly recent release vintage collection figures that are all AFA graded. So, again, I'm not saying go crazy on them, but it seems like lately, for recent release vintage collection, the final sales prices, when they're at auction, tend to go really cheap. So I wanted to point these out in case folks are looking. I've got an archival case, AFA 9.25 original issue Mandalorian. There's only one bid on it for 99 cents. It ends on Sunday, but I did want to point these out because he's got some really nice examples here. He's got the Rogue One Darth Vader, the power of the dark side of the Force. And this is an AFA 9.0, another card back I really love, and there's only one bid on that one at 99 cents. Here is the Mandalorian Beskar armor. There's no bids on this one, and this one's also an AFA 9.0. All of them are archival cases as well, which means that they have the 99.9% UV protection, the upgraded cases that are a little bit thicker and better quality. So go check out these auctions. The last one I found was a 9.25 grade child Grogu, and that one's only got one bid as well. So I don't know this seller personally or anything. I just wanted to point these auctions out because it does seem like some vintage collection, if you collect graded vintage collection, lately, a lot of these recent releases tend to go for like 50 or 60 or 70 bucks. And if you can pick them up for, fairly cheap, you can almost pick them up for the cost of grading sometimes. So I did want to point them out. Next up, we've got a baggie, and I want to bid on this, but I'm not going to. There's 3 watchers on it so far, but this is a heat-sealed AT Commander, AT Commander, General Veers, and this is, I believe, this is a heat-sealed baggie. The photos are not great, but I did look at it pretty closely, and it looks to be a heat-sealed baggie. It does have that factory kind of breather hole. You can see there right by the back apparatus there. There's a little breather hole that pokes through on the front as well. On his chest there, you can see that's factory. That's not like a defect to the baggie. And the writing on the Kenner baggie, Kenner made in Hong Kong, it's very crisp and clear. The baggie looks to be in pretty impeccable condition. And right now the starting bid is 80 bucks with $5 shipping. If you can get it for close to that starting bid price, there's no bids on it yet, I would, sorry, I just had a Diet Dr. Pepper. I would consider this one at 85 bucks or 90 bucks. I don't know. To me, that's a pretty good buy, and I would definitely consider that one. Next up, I've got some buy it now. So I think that was it for my auctions, but I think I've got buy it nows from here. This one looked really good. This is Spectral Comics Edition, Spectral Comics exclusive, Sarah Pichelli variant cover for Mandalorian #1. Pretty great cover. She's kind of hit or miss. Some folks don't like her art. I tend to like her art. She's got a great Ultimate Fallout 4 second print with the first appearance of Miles Morales. I really love that cover. And, she just has, really nice art style, I think. I like this cover quite a bit. And this one's 65 bucks with $12.75 shipping. There's 9 watchers on it, and it's make an offer. For these store exclusives, I mean, there's so many of them, so you got to pick and choose which ones you like. But this is one I do like, and you can't beat that price. I guarantee you it costs that or more, originally, when it was originally for sale. So to get it for anywhere close to like that, 55, 60 bucks plus shipping, I think that's a pretty fair deal for the Mandalorian #1 in a CGC 9.8, and that's a Spectral Comics exclusive. Next up, we've got The Training of a Jedi. It shows Luke training with Yoda on his back. Pretty classic, timeless photo. This is a PSA 9 card from 1980, top series card. Beautiful card. I love that photo. And it's $69.99 make an offer plus $199 shipping. I haven't bought from this seller before, but I've seen this seller list a lot of Star Wars PSA cards, so I think it's probably trusted. It's got 100% feedback with 3,800 transactions, so probably okay. But $69.99, I think if you can get it closer to 60 bucks, I would do that deal. Pretty great card, though. I just picked up a Boba Fett 1980s card, so I'm kind of tapped out right now, but I think this is a really nice one. Next up, I've got the Mandalorian #1. This is the photo variant cover. This is the second print, and this is one I really like. The first print goes for, 60, 65 bucks. I actually like the second print just as well. It's a close-up, whereas the first print is kind of a farther shot showing the Mandalorian walking. But I really like this cover a lot. I think it's a fantastic cover. And it's $49.99, $15.75 shipping. I mean, after you account for pressing and grading and shipping to and back from CGC, you're probably in it for 35 bucks, pretty easily. So to get it for, let's call it 65 bucks, that's not a terrible price to me. And, I don't know what the print run is for this. I haven't looked at the census. I don't get the sense that it's very difficult to get this one in a 9.8. Maybe you pick it up for 40 to 42 bucks in an auction, but if I just wanted to show it, buy it now, because I really do like that cover quite a bit. And you're not buying it for the investment perspective. You're just buying it if you're a big Mandalorian fan like me. Just kind of an awesome book to have, and it looks great in that slab. Next up, I want to go back to Saul, Old Plastic, who I just named as my recent Patreon. He pointed this one out to me, so I wanted to show this one on the channel. It's got 19 watchers. It's a UKG 85% China COO Luke Farm Boy. The subgrades are 80 and 85 for an overall 85, but it's listed for 304 bucks. And if you remember, we talked about an AFA 85 that sold for $900 recently, which is crazy. But this one I think is a very fair deal. With shipping to the US, it would be about 350 bucks or so. But if you're in the UK and you want a high grade Luke Farm Boy China COO, your shipping is going to be a lot less than the 48 bucks that we got to pay from the global shipping program. But 255 pounds or 304 bucks, plus it's make an offer, 19 watchers. I would seriously consider that one. It is the older case style, which is, so-so, but that's a beautiful item. And for a China COO UKG 85 Farm Boy, you're not going to do much better than that on the price. Next up, I wanted to point this one out. This is an ARC Trooper Captain. It's graded 8.5 on the modern scale. Now, we've documented a couple of 9.0s that have sold for $140 to $165. And so this one's an 8.5, admittedly, but it's also listed for 110 bucks free shipping. This is the Walmart exclusive with the Tartakovsky style Clone Wars art on the card back. 110 bucks for the 8.5 grade. I think that's a pretty good price relative to what the 9.0s are selling for. Next up, I got an accessory. I never add an accessory, but I wanted to show this one. This one just got listed. It's already got 27 watchers, but this is the PBP Metallic Blue Bespin Blaster. And only the Spanish PBP blasters, not all of them, but some of them, had this metallic blue finish. I've got a Lando PBP with this blaster graded AFA 85. And these blasters are very, very pricey. It's listed for 395 pounds, which is $471. And I know what you're thinking if you're not used to these kind of prices. You're thinking, John, who pays 400 bucks or 500 bucks for a blaster? But that is what these go for. This is 100% what they sell for. It might be a little high, but maybe you watch it and he makes you an offer. But if you have a PBP figure, a Lando PBP or the Hoth Rebel Soldier PBP, and you need a weapon to pair with it, this is the weapon to get. And it's just a very, very difficult blaster variant to find. It's a Spanish PBP metallic blue blaster. I'm telling you that this is not that far off from the list price, and the number of watchers reflects that. It's got 27 watchers on it. So if you're trying to complete your PBP figure, that's the one to get. Next up, I got a few Star Wars living set cards, PSA 10. This is Fennec Shan from the Bad Batch, so it's kind of the animated style. It's not like the realistic version from the Mandalorian. There is that one as well, but this is a Gem Mint 10, and this seller has 10 of them available, and they're $54.95 a piece, free shipping. To me, I pay that. I mean, that's not a terrible price at all. And it's also make an offer, so maybe you get it for 45 or 50 bucks. But that's on my watch list for a reason. I've got it on my watch list. I definitely wouldn't mind picking that one up just to kind of pair with my animated style Clone Wars Bo-Katan. I think it would look really nice with that. So if you're looking for one, this seller's got 10 of them available. Next up, I've got Star Wars Living Set Boba Fett. So this is from the book of Boba Fett. It shows him riding the Bantha, and a pretty great looking card there. Gem Mint 10, and this one's $49 with $4 shipping. There's 7 watchers on that one. That's a pretty good buy in my mind as well. It's hard to beat that price. Next up, I've got a Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight, no COO green saber. It's got the brand new case style, UKG 85%, straight 85s for the sub scores, and it's listed for 240 pounds. It just got listed, and that equates to about $286 US, but it's also make an offer. So, and the other good thing is that he's not using the global shipping program, so it's only $15.40 to ship to the US. So that's a pretty good price in my mind. I'd pay that all day long for a UKG 85% no COO Luke Jedi Knight. So this would appear on like Palatoy Tri-Logos, for example. Pretty nice looking figure there, and very high grade. It's got the brand new case style. So you can make an offer. Maybe you get it for closer to 250 bucks US. I'd pay that all day long. Next up, I've got Star Wars The High Republic Adventures Annual #1. This one keeps dropping in price, so I'm going to keep showing it to you, because if you're going to get one High Republic related book, this is probably the one to get. It's got the first appearance of like 6 different people, including Bell Zettifar, his Charhound Ember, and Indira Stokes, Porter Engle. It's got a lot of really big main characters from the High Republic universe. And as I've already talked about, no one cares about the High Republic. This one's 70 bucks with $10 shipping. There's already 3 watchers on it. Now, again, you could probably pick this up for maybe even cheaper in an auction. But you maybe want to watch this and see if it takes 10 bucks off or not. But I'd pay that all day long. I think I paid closer to like 110 or 120 bucks for my copy. But now it's going for about 80 bucks after shipping. That's a buy in my mind, because I do think the High Republic, and this is a great cover too. It's got Lorna D, the villain, on the left-hand side there. And it's got Bell Zettifar, and I'm assuming that's Indira Stokes in the background there. I'm not positive, but great cover, and a pretty fantastic key issue with like 6 different first appearances. Next up, I've got a UKG 85% Hong Kong Squid Head, straight 85s for the sub scores, brand new case style. It's listed right now for 90 pounds, which is about $107 US, but it's make an offer, and again, the seller is not using the global shipping program. There's 5 watchers on it. I mean, to me, if you can get it for closer to 80 pounds or about, $95 US, I'd pay that. I'm sorry. I would. And again, you could probably get it for even cheaper in an auction, but that's not very far off from what it would go for in an auction in my mind. And it's a pretty great looking figure. Next up, I've got Star Wars Visions. Now, there are like 15 different ones. This one just came out in December. It really came out in November, if not October. But Star Wars Visions, great cover. If you haven't watched the first episode, I'm going to say it again. Watch the first episode of Star Wars Visions on Disney+. It's awesome. It's so good. And I'm going to get this book. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be in my collection because I love that episode so much. And there's like probably 10 of them for sale right now at auction, starting anywhere from $1 to 50 bucks. There's 8 watchers on this one. There's no bids yet. It's going for about 60 or 75 bucks. Either buy it now or in an auction. So I don't feel bad showing you this one that's 50 bucks plus $11 shipping, but there are some that are starting at $1 right now because they're all starting to come back from CGC right now, and everyone's kind of dumping them on the market. So now's a pretty good time, I think, to get this book if you liked that episode. I loved it. I thought it was one of the greatest kind of alternate reality Star Wars feudal Japan, kind of like samurai warrior type thing going on. It was an awesome episode, and I'm going to get this book just because I want it for my collection, not because I don't know what the price is going to do long term. I don't really care. I just love this cover. There is a variant cover as well that's kind of hard to kind of tell what's really going on, so I don't like that one as much, even though it goes for more money. But this is the one in my mind to get. I think there's also a New York Comic Con exclusive cover that's like a Virgin cover That's really expensive. It's $100 plus. But this one, if you can get it for 60 to 65 bucks, I think that's a good buy. Next up, I've got another living set Yoda. This is Gem Mint 10. This seller has 2 of them available. There's 5 watchers. It's $44.95 plus $5.90 shipping. That's a great price. I mean, it costs 30 bucks to grade one of these unless you send them in bulk. And this is really easy to get. There's like 253 of them on the population in a Gem Mint 10. So it's not hard to get. But $44.95 is about what it'd probably go for in an auction. It might go in the high 30s. But, you know, when you're talking about 36 bucks versus 45 bucks, I don't particularly care. To me, I just, you know, it'd be nice to get that one. So that's on my short list to get as well. And, you know, again, 45 bucks plus $5 shipping. That's a pretty fair price for a Gem Mint 10 Yoda. Finally, if you got the deep pockets and you're not struggling like I am with my business, then I think that this is something to look at. This is a UKG 85% unused contents Imperial Shuttle. It's listed for 2,200 pounds, which is about $2,600 US. Now, the shipping to the US is crazy. It's like $165 because this is a gigantic item. But this is very, very tough to find, and very regularly ungraded goes for $2,000 plus, if not $2,500. And so, again, this is not sealed. It's unused contents, qualified grade, so to speak. But it's a UKG 85%. So, again, if you got the money and you got, more importantly, the display space for something this gigantic, this is an unbelievable item and certainly worth looking at. Again, it's 2,200 pounds, 2,600 US. I haven't bought from this seller, so buy with caution with some of this stuff. I worry about it actually arriving in one piece. But if you're in the UK, then maybe you consider it. It's in London right now. So if you happen to live in London, maybe you could pick it up in person and save shipping costs and save on the risk of the case cracking and shipping. But a pretty incredible Imperial Shuttle that I just wanted to show on the channel as for fun. Not because I'm saying you should buy it. Anyway, that's all I really had for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great Thanksgiving. I'm gonna take Thanksgiving off in terms of the videos, but I did pre-make some videos for the Thanksgiving holiday weekend, and we'll touch base next week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.